Joining us exclusively today is WK Kellogg Company Chairman and CEO Gary Pilnick, having just presented at CAGNY. Gary, it's great to have you. Big piece in the Journal today, just looking at the share of income going to food and sort of exploring the idea that it's hard to find eras in which food prices actually retrench and stay down. Talk about what you said today at CAGNY.
Well, Carl, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. When we think about our consumer under pressure, there's things that we could do, but most importantly, what this category could do. The cereal category has always been quite affordable, and it tends to be a great destination when consumers are under pressure. So some of the things that we're doing is first messaging. We got to reach the consumer where they are. So we're advertising about cereal for dinner. If you think about the cost of cereal for a family versus what they might otherwise do, that's going to be much more affordable. The other places that we like to go is we talk about making sure we have the right pack at the right price in the right place. So having a different size pack that'll have a different price point, that'll take some pressure off the consumer while they're shopping. So those are some of the things that we're doing. But in general, the cereal category is a place that a lot of folks might come to because the price of a bowl of cereal with milk and with fruit is less than $1. So you can imagine why a consumer under pressure might find that to be a good place to go.
Right. I'm all for innovation and marketing, but the idea of having cereal for dinner, is there the potential for that to land the wrong way?
We don't think so. In fact, it's landing really well right now, Carl. When we look at all of our data, of course, we would know that breakfast cereal is the #1 choice for in-home consumption. We understand that for breakfast. It turns out that over 25% of our consumption is outside the breakfast occasion. A lot of it's at dinner, and that occasion continues to grow, as well as the snacking occasion. But cereal for dinner is something that is probably more on trend now, and we would expect to continue as that consumer is under pressure.
I have to admit, as a busy mom, I've had cereal for dinner more than once recently. So, Gary, I guess maybe your marketing is working on me. I'm wondering about some of the conversations that you've had to have with some of your bigger clients, you know, Walmart's, Target's, as they're trying to make sure that they're offering the best possible prices that they can to their consumers that are coming in. Are they asking you to sort of take some of this on the chin so that the retail price that they're selling the cereal for is a little bit more manageable to the consumer?
Courtney, it's a great question. That's exactly what retailers always do. Retailers are in the business of making sure they do the right thing for their customers. That's the end consumer. So whenever you wanted to have a price increase, they're going to make sure that we're doing what we need to do. And what we're doing, we need to make sure that we drive productivity so that we can cover as much inflation as possible. If you go backwards in time, the inflation was just so great, companies had a tough time covering it, but that's our job as well. Those conversations have always happened, they're happening now, and will continue into the future.
Gary, big theme running through CAGNY this year appears to be companies that believe that volumes are going to recover somewhat in the second half. Are you in that school?
You know, it's interesting. The way we talk about it is when you take a look at the curves of dollars and volume, there was quite a gap, particularly last year as price elasticities hit. We were predicting and we forecasted that gap would start to narrow. It happened in Q4, and it's happening now as well in the cereal category. And the good news is the cereal category is doing quite well. It's in growth. So the volumes are now rising up to meet where the dollar curve is as well. So we do think that is going to be the case. We think the narrowing continues.